Hey guys, welcome again to another Showdown Sweep. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and today's one we got ourselves a Pyroar Sweep. Now, this was during actually the time when I did my full cat Pokemon team, and I actually was trying to go for some random sweeps, and I ended up get this one during that time. Now, this is gonna be a very interesting one because this one exactly was the same one I used in my full cat team, and yes, the Pyro is a cat based round, so this one is going to be more interesting. Now, Pyro is a more, it actually has a very underrated, really kind of low stats on the general, not the most best competitively, and it is just an alright mon. However, fortunately, the best it gets is its special attack and its speed with a 109 for special attack and 106 for speed. The other one is just kind of actually low roll, so it's actually not that good. But I came up with a set here, and for this one, most people run this as a straight out a special set, but for me, I'm going to be using its MOXIE ability, and we're going to be see how to really use a physical set. Now, this one was during, like I said, here's the thing about this sweep here, is that I wasn't even going for a Pyro sweep, and I can clarify, this was a 100% a sweep here, and or maybe a 99%, often I'd say 99, not 100, but pretty much this one was a very lucky one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a guarantee or not, because the thing about this is that I actually just randomly just came up across this random player. I felt like I was probably going to lose here, but you know, it just magically happened, and here I am. So pretty much this battle, it's going to be almost straight out of the bat, almost. Now, I actually went for a couple sets on my other mount. I actually wasn't really going for it. So we got a Regieleki here. It's going to be coming up in pretty much just use any Light Scream or just like Volt Switch. I went for a Future Sight on my my Espeon, and sadly it's going to go for a both Reflect and Light Screen, which is going to be annoying because it's probably going to be a Light Clay set or something. And next is going to go for a Thunder Wave, but I actually have Magic Bounce because obviously you don't want to go for another one of those sets. So I'm going to put this thing to sleep and pretty much let the Future Sight do a little bit of small chip damage. And it's going to go for another Thunder Wave. I don't know why I went through it. I mean, I'm not going to blame myself to do it. Then I'm going to Baton Pass myself into Luxray. Now at this point right now, I actually I was actually going to go for a Luxray sweep. However, I actually wanted to try go for its physical set instead of a special. So I went for agility just to just to see if I can one-shot this thing. However, the Reflect is still on, and the Koraidon is going to come in, and I actually only had 1+2 on speed. I tear myself into a normal type just to see if I can, you know, outspeed this thing and guarantee the one-shot. But even fortunately with all those speed, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was going to outspeed them anyways. They somehow outsped me with the Koraidon, because that is, my friend, a choice scarf Koraidon, because I was definitely gonna outspeed this thing, and yeah, that's definitely 100% a choice scarf set, because I have 4+ on the speed, and even with that +4 only on speed EV shred, I would have guaranteed to outsped the Koraidon, but for some reason that was definitely around a max speed with Jolly Nature choice scarf set. So anyways, next comes is the Rulage, and I'm going to go for the same strategy, go for the Yawn and Future Sight set. They're going to go for the Shadow Claw, and because I don't want to fall asleep again, I thought that was my chance to swap myself into the Pyroar, because that was the only physical mon I could use. So pretty much they're going to swap into Meowscarada, and I'm going to swap myself into the Mighty Pyroar and get to try and see if I can get the sweep here. So I hope you guys and girls are going to enjoy the Pyroar sweep here, and this watching is only going to include one battle, because I already tried to make an attempt to see if I get a second one, and yeah, this is one of them. Alright, enjoy. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the Pyroar sweep there. Like I said, I wasn't really going for it, and also why did my image not working there properly? I don't know why I couldn't copy it. Or actually, let me just... Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the Pyroar sweep there. Like I said, I wasn't really going for this sweep there, and I actually pulled it off out of thin air. Now let's look at the Pyroar set here, and I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think I got the wrong set. I'm pretty sure this was meant to be a max. This way. Yeah. So this is the same Pyroar set I run back in the time, and or not in the theme team, but I actually run this one as more differently. Now for this set here, I run this one as max health, max attack with 448 speed, because in this set I'll be running flame charge, and that'll increase my speed by 1, and every time I use it, it's just gonna be repeatedly gonna increase my speed by 1, and once I get my +2, you know, it's gonna be pretty solid in battle, so you don't have to really worry about too much run speed. Now the problem with this strategy is that this one was a really difficult challenge, as much because Pyro in general is not really much of a sweeper. It's most likely there for being more of a supporter. Most people run this, obviously. If you haven't seen, well, most likely I have at least run this one. If you haven't seen I think everyone's have seen the MOXIE Alakazam sweep, the Mega Alakazam sweep with the MOXIE. Pretty much you do is use entrainment on the MOXIE, give them a MOXIE ability, go for endure, pretty much bring them to low in HP, and then you can trace your opponent's ability, steal them up, steal their ability, and pretty much consider yourself just to do super effective damage. Hope the best you can one-shot them, and bam, bada ba. So this was a really difficult challenge, and I'm going to clarify this was a guarantee a Pyroar sweep there. And the reason why is because I have +4 on attack on the after getting after KO the Greninja. The only monster who is going to be able to counter me is Koraidon, because it only can use it could have used its Scoff ability, but I actually had that. Actually, you know, strange enough is that I actually had +3 on this speed. But even with that speed, I'm pretty sure I would have probably not that much guaranteed on speed. But then again, let's look at because we're going to actually clarify, because I actually was having a Luxray and a Pyro thing here. So with +3 on speed versus +4 on the Luxray, I would have assumed that I would have definitely felt like I would have guaranteed outspeed the Koraidon, but with +3, it actually was enough to take. I can actually calculate right here, and I actually would have actually, yeah, actually definitely would have I definitely would have actually outspeed the Koraidon, and if it does use its signature move, I could easily go for a Terra Ghost, and pretty much immune myself for the first attack. I could go for an attack twice and pretty much take out the Koraidon with Psycho Fang, because it's a fighting type, and the only two Pokemon was left was a Cerulege and a Mewtwo, and all I have to do is crunch the Cerulege and headbutt it with a funny headbutt flinch if there's chance of it. But even with that flinch, I definitely would do some damage to Mewtwo and potentially get a flinch there, because with the King's Rock and the headbutt flinch, I mean, there's only a 40% chance, so I mean, it's a little bit more chance to get better than to get a Fissure land or a Horn Drill land or whatever those one-hit KO moves. So yeah, I'm guaranteeing myself that this is definitely a Pyro sweep here. So once I got that flinch, I would have easily taken out the Mewtwo, and that would have been the epic Mewtwo. Oh, I'm sorry, epic Mewtwo, the epic Pyro sweep. But pretty much that's actually, speaking of Mewtwo, I actually got a Mewtwo sweep on my iPad. Actually, or I think it was one of them. But I actually got it with a metronome only. But I don't think I can transfer its video into it, so I might have to do a new one. Anyways, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed today's one, and I'll see you guys and girls on the next highlight. And as always, stay lucky out there. And also, not sure who that is, who's doing that. But either way, take care.